Hey friends, welcome back to our channel and welcome if you're new. I'm Angie and I enjoy sharing different projects we have going on around our home. In today's video, I'm going to take you along with me as I clean and decorate our porches for summer. I'm going to be adding some red, white, and blue decor. We'll have some thrifted items thrown in and some DIYs. So it should be all around fun with lots of tips and tricks and ideas for your space. So I'd love for you to stick around and see what we're up to today. Today we're going to be working on our screen porch area, and if you have followed our channel for very long, you've seen this space before because I decorate out here quite often. I love this space and I love to keep it clean and just really nice for us because we like to come out here pretty often. And the first thing I'm going to do is wash this rug. We got it off of Amazon and I love the fact that you can just throw it in the wash machine and wash it. And then on the tobacco basket that I hung out here on this wall, I really like it out here. I'm just going to add some patriotic touches to this for the holidays that are coming up. And then this fern, I added it about a year ago, I think. And it has done extremely well out here. So I'm just going to leave it in the spot and just let it keep doing its thing. And then for Mother's Day, my husband bought me this bird feeder. I really like it in this spot. The birds have not found it quite yet, but I know any day now they're going to find it and we're going to be able to enjoy watching them. And then over in this space, my fern here is doing really well. I added it in the spring and I really like the green over here. This plant I repotted and hopefully it'll take off and start growing. And then I want to get some patriotic doormats here. And then for the door, I'm going to be moving this wreath, but don't worry, I've got another space for it. But I like to see out this door, and so I'm going to move this wreath somewhere else. And I'm going to keep this wreath sash on it because it's red, white, and blue, so it's perfect for July 4th and Labor Day. And so I'm just going to move it somewhere else and do something else fun with this door for July 4th and Labor Day and for the summer. So I don't need to do much cleaning out here. I've cleaned this porch really well in the springtime and we've pretty much kept up with that. But I am going to throw this rug in the wash machine. Our lab Annabelle loves to lay on this rug under the ceiling fan to cool off. And it really needs to be washed quite often. But it's a really easy rug to take care of. It's a smaller rug, so you can just put it right in your wash machine and wash it and then hang it up to dry. It dries really quickly. And I'll put a link in the description box below for it if it's still available. But it's just a really nice rug for outdoors. Now I'm going to clean this window. I'm going to move this wreath off and I'll show you where I hang that in just a minute. But I'm going to clean this window with my Norwex cloths. I love these so much. I use them all over our house. And I'm moving that command strip, and I found an easy trick to move that off of a door when it's stuck. You just put some dental floss behind it and it just takes it right off. I didn't film that part, but that's a really good tip to know in case you have a command strip where the backing wants to stay on the glass. But anyway, I'm just going to clean this up really well with my Norwex and get off all the fingerprints and everything that's left on this window so that I can see out of it. And I just like to look through it and see my plants and the patio out back. It's just a really nice view from the kitchen when I'm in there working. Now that the glass is all clean, I'm going to clean the bottom part of this door with alcohol and a paper towel. And I'm going to hang something on this door, not a traditional wreath, but something else that I think is going to be a fun addition to this porch. But I thought this door was pretty clean until I started cleaning it with this alcohol, and it was pretty dirty. So if you plan to do this, be sure to use it in an inconspicuous spot to make sure there's no damage to your door. It did not hurt mine, but just be on the safe side and test it out first. So I'm hanging this command hook, and the directions say to put it in place and then wait at least an hour before you hang anything on it. So I'm going to do that, and while it's setting and getting ready for me to hang something, we're going to go inside, and I have a basket, this basket that I got from Target several years ago. I love this basket so much. And then these hydrangeas that I got off of Amazon that I've used all over my house. And then I also have some American flags for the patriotic holidays. And I'm also using an assortment of ribbon. I'm not sure which one I'll use, but one of these I'll use for the basket. I also have this metal number 4 that I'm going to use for the 4th of July to hang it on the basket. I would like to take a moment here and tell you about the sponsor of today's video. WeBeauty is a company that was founded in 2020, and their aim is to develop quick and convenient hairdressing tools. I feel like they accomplished that when they created the Hype Air 5-in-1 hair tool. This is a whole styling tool in one, and the set comes with 5 attachments, and it also has a stylish box for storage and easy travel. Our girls have wanted one of these hair tools for a while, but when I saw the price of it, I could not justify spending that amount of money on a hair tool. So when WeBeauty reached out to me and their styling tool was a fraction of the cost, I wanted to try it out and see if it was as good as the review said it was, and to pass that on to y'all in case you are in the market for one of these styling tools. The attachments are so easy to install. You just line up the arrow with the unlock button, and then you lock it into place. This is the hair dryer attachment, and it has different settings on the wand. It has a cool, medium, and hot setting, and we are just going to use the hair dryer on damp hair. My daughter has a time with the humidity in her hair. It tends to frizz up, and so we're going to use the volumizing brush on her hair to see if it calms down some of the frizz. As soon as we used it, we were in love with this attachment. It made her hair so silky smooth, and it only took a few minutes to do this. And then you just change out each attachment. This is the brush that goes on here next, and you just want to make sure that the wand has cooled down, or you can use the glove. This set also comes with a right curling iron and a left curling iron, and you roll the hair according to which way the arrow is pointing. I was so amazed with this attachment. You only leave it in for a few seconds, and it makes the most beautiful curls. This is the first time that I ever watched this tool in action, and I was completely amazed by the results. It just makes your hair so beautiful. This is the other attachment, and she's going to use this on the back of the hair, and it just did wonders. I love how shiny it looks, and all the frizz is gone. It is just a beautiful natural touch to her hair. I'm very impressed by this hair tool, and I have a link for y'all in the description box below that you can take advantage of. This is already a fraction of the price of its competition, but WeBeauty is also offering a discount. So be sure to check out that link and create beautiful hairstyles in the comfort of your own home. Thank you again to WeBeauty for sponsoring today's video. Now back to styling the porch. So I start by adding my hydrangeas to the basket, and these do have skewers on the bottom of them. The stems were lost a long time ago, and so I just improvised with the skewers to add to the basket, and it worked well. And so I just add them in here until I'm happy with the arrangement. I think I used about 8 of these, but I just want it to be real full. And if y'all have followed my channel for very long, you know how much I love hydrangeas, and these are really pretty to me. They look so real. So I'm just going to go around the whole basket adding the hydrangeas until I'm happy with how they look. I do have that one little green stem sticking out, so I'm going to go and just push that back in and then keep arranging the hydrangeas all the way around so that it's nice and full around the whole basket. Now we're going to make a bow for our basket because ribbon makes everything so much fun. And I'm going to use a wire cutter and some wire and some scissors for this part. And then I just roll off about 12 inches, and this is going to be the tail of the ribbon. So I just cut that off, and then I'm going to roll out, I don't know how much I use, maybe 18 inches of the ribbon. And I just keep rolling it out, and then I make loops. And I think that I ended up making maybe 6 loops on this, but you can make it as big or as small as you would like. And I just try to keep the loops about the same size all the way around. And I just keep looping until I'm happy with the size of the bow. And that just depends on where I'm hanging the bow or what I'm doing with the bow. And I just keep doing that until I'm happy with the loops. And you just keep on making sure you hold it in your hand and just keep looping it. When you are happy with the amount of loops that you have and the shape of them, it's time to attach that tail that we cut earlier, and you just want to put this on the bottom of your ribbon that you've created with the loops. And then we're going to take a small piece of wire and we're going to wrap it around the whole thing, and making sure that we wrap it really tight so that it holds everything in place. I like to wrap my wire around my ribbon for several times just to make sure that everything's nice and secure. And for this part, I'm not really worried about how messy this looks because I'm just going to stuff it down inside the basket. Now, if this part was showing, I would be a lot more neater with it and have the ribbon showing on the printed part. But for this part, I'm just going to smush it down in this basket and leave the tails out. So all that wired part of it is going to be hidden by all the basket and the hydrangeas. But I think it looks so pretty hanging out here. But I want to do one more thing to it. It's all in the details. And I always take my ribbon and just cut a V shape at the bottom. And this just makes it all look finished and gives it a more professional look. And since this is wired ribbon, I like to manipulate it and just kind of scrunch it up a little bit to make it look a little more relaxed. Now that the rug is all clean and dry, I'm going to add it back to the porch and just layer it under this table and these chairs. And now everything is nice and clean and ready for me to add all of the decor back in here and decorate it with some color and just some patriotic touches here and there. We've had this patio set for a couple years and I love it back here on our screen porch. If it's still available, I'll link it for you below because it is a really nice set for a great price. Okay, so now it's time to add some decor, and if y'all have followed our channel for very long, you know that I very seldom decorate a space without at least one thrifted item in that space. So this is my thrifted item. It was an American flag that I found a couple weeks ago. It was rolled up and it was put in a corner, and I'm surprised that it was still there because it was late in the afternoon and I grabbed it up because I love American flags. This one was still attached to the flagpole, but I'm going to take it off that pole and drape it up here on my tobacco basket. And my initial thought was to drape it up here like a scarf. and just make it look very natural and just loop it over. But as I did that, I thought that I wanted more of the color shining through, and this is where I started with it upside down and didn't even notice it until I stepped back and looked at it. So I keep tweaking it and trying to get it to my liking, still not knowing that it's upside down. And I finally get it to where I think I like it. And I step back and realize it's hung upside down. Now I'm going to take down the flag and just redo this whole part here. And I know in some of these videos it always looks like everything is right the first time, but that is not always the case. There's a lot of trial and error and tweaking when it comes to decorating a space. And I'm glad that I took this down because I like seeing more of the flag here on the tobacco basket, and I like the drape in the middle. This is by far one of my favorite things that I've ever hung on this tobacco basket. I added the basket that we made together on the bottom portion of this door, and I love this in place of the traditional wreath. And then I'm just adding some American flags to the hydrangeas just to give it a patriotic look. And I did end up changing the ribbon and the number to the right side of the basket so you can see it when you walk into the screen porch. Then on the deck area, I just added these small flags to this wreath to make it a little more patriotic. I could not leave out the front porch since it's the first thing you see on our house, and I wanted to add some red, white, and blue out here too for the summer. So I'm just starting out by giving everything a good cleaning, sweeping off the porch and cleaning our chair cushions. It wasn't that bad out here, but it needed a good sweeping and cleaning. And these boxwoods, I added them to our front porch about a year ago, and they hold up really well because they're faux. I have so much fun decorating them for the different seasons. So I'm just going to add these two flags into the topiary just to add that little touch of red, white, and blue for the summer and the patriotic holidays. And then I do the same thing on the right side of the porch. These are so fun to decorate with the seasons, and I love the addition of the flags. Now I'm just going to add back the cushions to the chairs and have everything nice and tidy. And then you remember this wreath that I had hanging on the door of the screen porch. We're just going to change this wreath out on the front porch, take down this yellow and white one that I used for the spring, and add this boxwood wreath that was on the screen porch. I love it out here on the front porch. You can really see it from the road, and I love the red, white, and blue wreath scarf on it. And I'm just giving it a little bit of a tuck and a fluff, and it is perfect for this porch. The last thing I'm adding to these porches is a patriotic rug, and I love the layered look out here on the front porch. So I'm just going to add this bottom rug, which is a navy and white stripe. And then on top of that, I'm going to add this rug that has fireworks and red, white, and blue. I think that it ties in really well with the navy stripe rug on the bottom and with the flags. For the screen porch, I want to keep the layered rug look back here also. So I'm just going to move this top rug and add this rug on top of the jute rug, and I love how it turned out. Well, friends, that wraps up this week's video. I hope that you found some tips and tricks to use in your space. And most of all, I hope that you were inspired to decorate your spaces for summer. As always, thank you so much for watching. And if you like this type of video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps out our channel so much. And be sure to check out the link for WeBeauty's website if you're in the market for their hair tool. We love it, and I know you will too. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye-bye.